Okay, guys, today was just bolt everything up and see what the Dart 165s did after I did that little bit more work to them, and then go heads up with my old Chevelle Bowties. Now, I remember the old Chevelle Bowties flowed about 305 last time I ran them, but this may not necessarily be the exact cylinder I tested last time. So today they flowed a little bit less than that, which it's also a hot day already. So what did we wind up doing? Well, we tested both heads bare, and then we tested both heads with everything assembled through our worst runner to see if it's not really an apples to apples comparison, but is it really worth it putting bigger valves in the 165 since the air speeds are so good? Now, it's kind of a skewed test. The Bowties have like 215cc ports with a 2055 valve and a 1206 interface. Okay, it's way big. Now, that interface here may be helping. Something to think about. Remember, we're coming out at a real low angle, right? Real low compared to the head itself. So it's aimed directly at that roof. Now that the roof has been moved up, that might help. Good to keep in mind. Somewhere I have other videos on these Bowties. They're done up pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with them the way they are. Even though my flow test today was less than I would usually see. Doesn't really matter. It could be a couple different reasons for that. Okay, guys, so this is what we got. This is today's test, number 8 cylinder in the 165 Darts. They actually flowed a little bit better than last time we saw it. Last time we saw it, it only had like a 205 or a 206 at 300, but it was only like 80 degrees when I did this. Okay, we top out at 274.4, which is almost exactly what I got my Dart 165s with 202s in them. All right, our swirls are good. Then we take my Chevelle Bowtie. We take the number 8 cylinder, 2055 with a back cut, and we flow it. We got minuses everywhere. Charlie, how's that possible? Well, because it's a cylinder head that's bigger by a lot. Okay, you're going like 180 and change to 215. Huge difference in volume, right? Okay. Even though it's a bigger valve, it's not as efficient at the lower lifts. And it's not as efficient all the way up to 400. At 400, we get a boost, okay? The Bowtie's finally winning. Now, this is an excellent running head the way it is. Okay, I've had it on the car. And I think when I first took them off the car, they only flowed about 282. They flow a touch more now. Obviously, it's had some work done to it since then. In any case, we get a touch more here, touch more here, touch more here. Okay, so we get our gains at the top end with the Bowtie. Good high performance setup. Is it dead? Well, at 300 with 205.6, which isn't bad, but these numbers are definitely a little bit lower than these. These are very high though. I've got the airspeeds really kicking butt on those heads, and the efficiency in this area is quite good. I mean, almost 250 at 400. Very good. Is it an anomaly? I don't think so. I think it's a good design, and I definitely helped it out a little bit. Okay, so what do we do from that point? Well, I take this and I put the TPI and all the goodies on this, and I do the same with this, and we'll compare them. Okay, let's make sure we do this right. This is the Dart 165 through all assembled number 8. This is our Bowtie all assembled through the TPI. We obviously top out better. These pluses and minuses are in reference to the Bowtie. All right, these are stronger up to 200 thousandths. That's it. After that, all right, all of these are better. How much are they better? Tiny bit, tiny bit. All right, if 500 was starting to pick up, you got 6 about. Okay. A huge difference? I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. I mean, you have to remember it's a huge port compared to it. And it may just be that interface. I want to push that pinch up a little bit more. By the way, the owner said he is going to build a 383 for the bottom, so that has to be figured into our calculations as well. It's going to have a bigger mill under it sucking, so that will change our pressure differential going through the ports. Interesting to think about, right, guys? Well, like I said, it's not really an apples to apples, but give me you guys input on whether you think the bigger valves are going to make a difference. I keep fighting with this. All right, this is number 8. It's the lowest flowing number. I am thinking maybe I should at least fill that corner with clay and see what we get. I have a feeling after Brett do that, he'll want me to fill that with epoxy and get that done, which is not a problem. I could do that for him. Let me know your opinion on this, guys. Let me pause this and see if I can think of anything else important to talk about. I think, to be fair, I should take this apart and at least show you the bow ties, so I'm going to put you guys on pause for a bit. Okay, this is what they look like assembled. Okay, you can see it has my chamber cut that I do on the Fuelies. Not quite as radical as I do on most Fuelies. And the chamber cutouts, that was from the early 90s when I first got these. Okay, the intake port looks pretty good, but the valve job is obviously not completely finished the way I would like it to be. It's definitely off a touch. Like that bottom cut is not blended the way I would want it to be, so that might be where a few of my CFM are. That does tend to happen. If I lose interest in a project, I'll have to pick it back up and I have to go through everything and make sure it's what it should be. In any case, the valve is actually one of my old throttle body injection valves that I used on the swirl ports on my truck in the late 80s. Ceramic coated. Pretty cool, right? In any case, these are a nice head for what they are. And I don't know. I'm still wondering. Do you think it's worth putting bigger valves in those 165s? You guys let me know in the comments. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Have a good night.